Division bending, our controller comes on every single machine we build. They're all the same. Super easy to use. Every operator loves this controller. You have everything in 3D. This controller also comes in 21 different languages. So there's no country in the world where you cannot use this as you go. There's an option on this one. This is an Xpert 40 to move the controller up and down with a motor. If you sit down, you want to put your controller down, it can move like this. You can move it up and down. This is really adjustable in every single direction. Chair option. If you get the chair, you get the best chair. This is not just a chair, this is the best chair. It swivels, it moves up and down, it does everything an operator needs to be ideally positioned in front of his machine. To keep these machines running, everything needs to be nice and cool. So on our electrical cabinet, we'll have a cooling unit. I'll show you at the other side of the machine. So on the electrical cabinet, directly on the door, we have our cooling units to keep all the electrics inside the nice operating temperature. Energy saver. All our Xpert 40s and 80s are equipped with the energy saver. It means that we do not put the main motor on when we don't need oil for the pump. So it's off, we go down, it's on, go up, on, and when we get back to the bottom, that center, it's off again. So we save energy when we don't use the main motor. Operator safety, we use a camera-based system. It's called Fastband. You can see the green light there, that's the camera. And the camera safeguards the tip of the tool. And if you look at the screen, you can actually see my finger. So the moment something else but the punch is seen by that camera, the machine will stop. We can go right down on top of the sheet, so hardly any safety distance, super easy to set up, super safe system. Xpert 40 and 80, everybody knows that we can move these things easily through the factory. There's a hook right at the top, or you can use the forklift tubes to move it around with the forklift. And then when you've moved it, you've got your foot switch here, which is on this nice little bracket, so it doesn't go over the floor when you move your machine. To make life easier for the operator, we have our height adjustment for the panel. And to make it even more easy, we have just this little button. So he doesn't get tired, it moves up and down to the exact position where he needs it. Instruction manuals, everything is on here. This little stick comes from here. This is the stick hole. And every instruction manual for the machine is on here. And then, of course, on the controller itself, we have a very nice system here where you can read online on the screen everything you need to know about the controller. Yeah, so that's in the controller itself. Everything you need to know on the stick and in the controller. All our machines, Xpert 40 and Xpert 80, move really fast, so we need a really big motor to do that. And to keep the oil cool, we have a passive oil cooler. So there's nothing pumping oil around. It's a passive radiator on top of the hydraulic tank, and that keeps the oil cool. All our machines are equipped with an Opc interface. That means you can hook up your machines to your network, and we will transfer all the data you need to do your planning, to check how many parts you've made, etc., etc., etc. Everything the machine does can be checked via this Opc link. Our optical band guiding system, that's these little lights here. It tells the operator a lot of information. First of all, where to put the tools, so where the lights are illuminated, that's where the tools are. It will tell you the amount of pressure. It will tell you if the clamping is open or closed. It blinks. It will tell you where the bag gauge is. It will tell you when you get to the end of your batch. All these informations are inside the optical band guiding system. Optical tool detection, this is a really nice option. I'm on the setup page for the tools. I can see on the screen where to put my tools. So I've got a 100mm wide bottom tool already set in the machine. Here's my punch, and I switch on the rear cameras, and now it will detect where my tools are. If I look at the screen, I can see my punch and my die. I can see that they're wrong. Everything needs to be green. So I can push this one at the same position as the die, like they're aligned now, but they're not on the right spot. Now I can push them at the right spot, they will get green, or I can just say adopt, and we will recalculate the program. And you can see that the tools have shifted. The Z-axis have shifted. We have recalculated the part for the position of the tool. This is marvelous. One of our clamping options, Bystronic RFA. This is an RFA tool. You can put them frontwards, backwards. When you close the clamping, wedges pull the tool up against a reference surface. So clamping over 60 millimeters, this is how you hang them in, close the clamping. They've moved up against a reference surface and you're ready to go. Best clamping in the world. Storage space, the Xpert 40 and 80 come with a lot of storage space. We have two of these drawers, one's on each side. Top compartment for punches, bottom compartment for dies, so you can slide them out easily like this. There's 3 meters of tools per side per drawer, so that's 3 meter, 6 meter on that side, and then on the sides of the machine we still have two cabinets where you can still store another 6 meters. So that's 12 meters of tools for this little machine. That's more than enough. Clamping options for our table. This is a T12 Hydraulic Clamping, any 12 millimeter tang tool you can just put in the table, close the clamping, and it's fixed. Really quick. Workspace Illumination, we use front and rear super high performance LEDs. To switch them on, you go just on the touch screen, switch the front ones on, rear ones on, and the operator has a very nice light environment to work in. All our Xpert 40s and 80s come with a 6-axis back gauge. You can see that here. So we've got 2 fingers, both fingers go front and rear, up and down, and Z1, Z2. So they can move in 3 dimensions to gauge even the most difficult non-parallel conical parts, whatever you can think of. These ones are a little bit special because they are made for the robotic cell, so this is the point where the robot has to push the part, but normally this doesn't move. 6-axis back gauge on all our machines, super fast back gauge. Sometimes you need to gain access to the rear of the machine to do something to the back gauges, maintenance. So to open the rear of the machine, first you open this little door, then you open this latch here, and you give it a little push, and we'll go to the other side now. So after you open the little latch, you just pull the whole electrical cabinet, and that gives you a nice clean access to the rear. Our ergonomic arm support, this is this table here. You can flip it up and down, and with these 2 buttons you can move it up to the right height, and you can move it front or backward, so it will give you an excellent position for the operator. We've made it out of some kind of plastic, so your arms don't get cold on metal. All our machines are equipped with automatic tool overload. That means that I've made a little program here, and I've got a part here to bend. And what I do to show it to you, I've got 2 parts, one on top of the other. So normally this would break your die. Put it here, go down, and you see the little LEDs going there. That's an error, and I can see here maximum tool load exceeded. I just saved the day and the die. Scanner. This thing basically scans everything, barcodes, QR codes, whatever you want to scan. You can engrave with your laser the part name on the part, and you can scan it like this. It opens the part and you go to automatic and you can start working. Beautiful. All our controllers have what we call the bend curve generator. The moment you have any material, any tensile strength, we create this curve, and in this curve you have the spring back, you have the bend deduction, anything you need to get the correct bend are in the bend curve generators. So this is also standard feature of all our controllers. Sometimes you just can't use your back gauges because of the shape of your part. So we have a bend line laser. We can switch it on here in this menu, Switch it on, there we are. So we see this red line, and this red line now projects a bend line laser exactly where you need to bend. Easy.